All right, grade 7, we're going to go through lesson 91. I'm going to go through example 1 and example 2 just to kind of give you an idea how this works. We're working with positive and negative numbers. And so we have x subtract xy subtract y. And it's saying that we should make our x equal negative 2 and our y equal negative 3. So let's substitute those numbers in just to see how it works. So your x becomes negative 3, subtract, then we're going to put a negative 2, and then a negative 3, subtract, and negative 3. You'll notice that I paid special attention of moving my negatives to the correct spot there. So the first thing following our order of operations that we need to do is our multiplication. So we wind up getting negative 3 subtract negative 2 times negative 3, which is positive 6 subtract negative 3. So let's follow our way through here. If we have a negative 3 and we take away another 6, that'll bring us to negative 9. And then we're going to take away 3 of those negative numbers. Does that make sense? We're going to take away negative 3 from that. So our answer is going to be negative 6. Hopefully that made sense the way they explained that there. Let me flip the page over. That was page 631. So if you're following along, example 2, it says, Nikki says, the solution of the equation 3x plus 5 equals negative 1. She's saying that a solution is negative 2. So really what she's saying is x is negative 2 there. How can we make that work? Well, we'll substitute. Let's put the negative 2 in place of the x. So we have 3 times negative 2 plus 5 equals 1. Does that work? Yes. All right, it becomes negative 6. And we're going to add 5 to negative 6, and that becomes 1. Because if we look at our number line, we have negative 6, negative 5, negative 4, negative 3, negative 2, negative 1. And we're adding 5 from 6. We're going this direction. 5, you can see we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would give us the correct answer. Negative 1. Okay? So that's really what they're speaking with you about. So let's go through the practice set together. Okay, so if we go through the practice set together, it's asking you, evaluate each expression for A, write parentheses as the first step. X, here we go, x plus xy minus y. That's what they give us. And they say that x is negative 3 and y equals x equals 3. My bad. Got a little bit of glare on my sheet here. And y equals 2. So now we're going to substitute our way through there. So parenthesis 3 plus parenthesis 3 for x. Now let's put our y in there. Y is, of course, your negative 2. Right? And then we have subtract. And let's put our y in there. Negative 2. So what we wind up having to do first is this one. So we get 3 plus negative 6 subtract negative 2. Let's work our way through there. 3 plus negative 6 will bring us to negative 3. Subtract 2 of those negative numbers, and we wind up at negative 1. Hopefully that makes sense. Moving on to B. B is going to do the same thing. If you're ready to try it on your own, go ahead. But you have negative m plus n minus mn. So they say m is negative 2 and n is negative 5. So let's put that in there. We have a negative 5. You see how we've done that? Plus Oh, I did M there wrong. It's a -2. N, which is a -5. Subtract and -2 times -5. So let's do our multiplication first because that's what we're supposed to do. So this will become 10. And it's a subtract and it's a +10. Okay, so we got a nice +10 here, nice and messy. But we have a negative times a -2. So what does that become? That's a +2. +2 plus -5, right, would take you to -3. -3 subtract +10 is going to get you an answer of -13, right? You're at -3 on the number line. You're going 10 down. It puts you to -13. All right, let's go to C. C says 4x plus 25 equals 9. And it says, is x equals -4 a solution? Well, let's try it. If we have 4 times -4 plus 25 equals 9. So we wind up having -16 plus 25. And yes, that equals 9. So is this a solution? Yes would be your answer. All right, let's move on. Because 9, just to finish that off, equals 9. Let's move on to D. D is saying 3x plus 7 equals 8. All right, so it's asking, is x equals -5 a solution? Well, again, we put it in. 3 times -5 plus 7 equals 8. So we wind up getting -15. -15 plus 7, does that equal 8? Well, no, -15 plus 7 would bring you up to -8, and -8 does not equal 8. So, no, this is not a solution. All right, moving on to E. Solve and check these equations. So E might be something that you've done before. So E, you have 4x equals -20. So what has to be done to one side of the equation, we have to do to the other side of the equation. So we need to divide 4 off of this side of the equation, and we need to divide 4 off of this side of the equation. When we divide this, it becomes 1, so we just get x on this side. -20 divided by 4 gets us an answer of -5. So once you've solved it, x equals -5. Let's move on to F. So when we look at F, we have -2x equals 16. You may hit pause and see if you can figure this out. Here's our solution. We have to divide this side by -2 to get just x, and we have to divide this side by -2 as well to keep both sides equal. So we get x on this side because the -2 and the -2 cancel each other out. And then we have 16 divided by -2, which gives us an answer of -8. So that would be the solution for F. G says, how do you check the solution? Well, that's pretty easy how you check the solution. We go back to E. We figured out it's -5 would be the solution. So we go 4 times -5 equals -20. Does that work? Yes, -20 equals -20. We have done it correctly. The same thing for the other one. We have -2x equals 16, and we've said that x is -8, so we get -2 times -8 equals 16, and our final answer, 16, will equal 16. Check, we've done it correctly. So that is the concept they want to teach you for this lesson, lesson 91. Please do all of the odds for this one. Remember, we're on Google Meet. If you have any questions, I will also post that link on the Google Classroom. So if you have any questions,